Welcome back to the Media Unrestricted podcast. I'm Chase, and this will just be a solo episode because Dylan is having some mic issues, so it'll be just me for this entire episode. So I hope you enjoy, and let's wait no further and get into the Halloween Ends has started filming. They just got going with it just this week. Jamie Lee Curtis has made her appearance. And she looks actually a little bit different. This is coming from Cinema Blend. They had to say that Laurie Strode is back, and she looks like she's been to the salon. Jamie Lee Curtis looks awesome as ever in the first glimpse of Halloween Ends, featuring a new hairdo for the iconic final girl. Yeah, she looks way different. I know this movie is going to be a time difference than we've had from Kills. So it's cool to see her back, and I know there's also another picture that has Jamie Lee Curtis, Kylie Richards, and Allison, the girl who plays Allison, and that's really cool to see. Also on that picture, it says she had a tagline from Instagram post. It says "Old dog, new tricks." So it's good to know that Halloween Ends is in its filming phase. I know James U. Courtney will be arriving, I believe, next month for his scenes. So they're going to do all the scenes he's not in first and then get him in there. I know Nick Castle will be on set as well because he will have his cameo like he's been having. But the Halloween Ends is currently expected to arrive in theaters October 14th. So more Halloween Ends news will be coming for you very soon. I can just feel it. And moving on, Mortal Kombat 2 is on the way. This is coming from Deadline. Not much out on this, actually. That new line is getting back into the fighting stance on a sequel to Mortal Kombat, the action-adventure film based on the blockbuster video game series. The studio has hired Jeremy Slater to write Mortal Kombat 2. Slater is also the writer on Moon Knight, so that's I think might be actually a good pick for it. I just hope they kind of do a good job on this one because the first Mortal Kombat I thought was pretty decent. I had a good time with it. I don't think it was as bloody as I think everybody thought it should be. So hopefully maybe they'll go more violent. I definitely think it needs a second one because how many video games we have? 11, 12? So I definitely think it does deserve a sequel. And I just hope they just knock it out of the park because I just think we need a good Mortal Kombat movie because I thought I've heard those animated ones are pretty decent. So just keep it going, New Line. I really think you can do a good job because, I mean, the old Mortal Kombat, the first one wasn't too bad. The second one, yeah, no one needs to talk about how bad that one is. But let's just do a good job on Mortal Kombat 2 and knock it out of the park. And moving on to some Batman news, they have given us a new poster, a clip, and they screened a 4-hour cut. Let's just get right into that clip first. This is coming from comingsoon.net. The clip is the funeral scene we've seen in the first trailer, and I think some of the other trailers too. But I mean, the atmosphere from this trailer is definitely like a somber tone, and just kind of feels kind of like the Dark Knight Rises and the Dark Knight series. Just kind of real, just sober, and just kind of gets kind of a dark thing. But which Batman is always kind of a dark presence. But this one definitely just has a very somber tone to it. And throughout this whole scene, Bruce doesn't even say a word at all, just kind of just looks. But then he sees this kid that's in the front, which soon would probably be the parent of his father or whoever how it's working. But he notices this kid, and then he sees kind of like Commissioner Gordon comes in, and like the cops notice that it's Bruce and everybody. And then kind of just it all kind of chaos happens. Like the Riddler is he can see him. He's up in the balcony, kind of like watching from afar, and then the car comes crashing in. I think right before that, and the guy comes out with a bomb like attached to his neck, and a note attached to the chest saying to the Batman, kind of like what Jim Carrey's Riddler did in Batman Forever. but he put it on the gate to Wayne Manor. But that's really where the whole clip ends. This is a really good, about 3-minute clip. I definitely enjoyed this clip, and I've just definitely got more excited for this movie of late. And this clip definitely added to the excitement level. And moving on to the poster that I really think a lot of people I don't think because they think it looks photoshopped, and I mean it does, but I actually enjoy this poster. I think it does the job. It has the Riddler on there, Catwoman, and Penguin are in the middle, with Batman up top. And then Bruce is at the bottom with the Batmobile in the back, and the tagline saying "Unmask the Truth." And then it's got like the Riddler symbol, like a target. So I definitely have actually enjoyed this. I like this poster. I really think it'd be something I would actually hang on my wall. I think it's really cool. It definitely, I know it's not like, fantastic, but I mean, you know what? I like it. I think it's good, and I think it really kind of just gives that Batman feel, because all the posters are something mind blowing. They're all kind of basic. Because the first one just has the bat symbol. Second one has Batman, Catwoman, Penguin, all above each other. Batman Forever has Batman on top, and Robin, and Riddler, Two-Face. And I think Gotham City's behind them. And then same thing with Batman and Robin. It's got all the characters on there. They're all just kind of like basic posters, but they all do the job for Batman. I know there's one from Total Film Magazine that came out. I guess will be the cover. And if people can see that poster, I don't know, Dylan, you can pull it up here. This poster looks really badass because it's got the kind of like Riddler's eyes, and then it kind of will go, I guess, like a question, and it has Batman there, Commissioner Gordon, Penguin, and Catwoman. I can't see what's at the bottom of the picture, but it's really cool. I really like this poster too. This is definitely that something you would see like on a steel book, or also just a nice like standee maybe too. But I do dig this poster, and I hope everyone else digs the poster as well. And then moving on to the final news of Batman comes, excuse me, a 4-hour cut was shown to some of the testers. And so, this is coming from comicbook.com. So the Hollywood Reporter has reported that some of the early test screenings for Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz's DC film featured a 4-hour cut. The Batman has already been confirmed to be 2 hours and 47 minutes long, and that's without the credits. So what I say, it was 2 hours and 55 minutes last episode. So, for people who didn't like the 3-hour cut, I don't think you would like the 4-hour cut either. It's crazy how much, footage they have for this movie. But it definitely shows that, we're only going to get that about 3-hour cut. But when this movie hits Blu-rays later sometime this year, Blu-ray and DVD and stuff, that we're going to have a lot of great deleted scenes for it. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing what those deleted scenes are. And also kind of, I guess, a side topic if you want to ask, or just add it to this one. There will be no backstory in this movie, which is amazing, because you don't know how many times that freaking, seeing Bruce's parents die and everything has been rammed into our heads. Every single one has, I felt like, except for Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, I don't think had it. But all the other Batman movies had it. And how many times that just shit gets annoying? It's just like same thing with Superman. It's shit is annoying. Who cares? We got it. We know how it works. So that is a great thing. Matt Reeves, thank you very much. I'm very excited to see your movie. I think you're going to knock it out of the park, man. But the movie arrives March 4th, so it's getting closer and closer by the day. It will be hitting HBO Max 45 days later, with Warner Brothers shortened theatrical release strategy. So we are definitely getting much, much closer to this movie, and my excitement level just keeps on rising every single day I see something from the Batman, or just knowing we're just getting closer. So stay tuned for those first reactions. I feel like those probably should be coming out within the next few weeks. I'm not expecting maybe anything else Batman, but I could be wrong. So stay tuned for more Batman reaction news and for a review before you know it. And moving on to our TV show section of the show, Godzilla show coming to Apple TV. This is awesome. As a big Godzilla fan as I am, I'm very excited to see when this was announced. This is coming from Deadline, where I'm getting this from. And a massive deal that expands on Legendary's MonsterVerse. Apple TV Plus has ordered a new live-action series featuring Godzilla and the Titans. Following the thunderous battle between Godzilla and the Titans that leveled San Francisco and the shocking new reality that monsters are real, the untitled series explores one family's journey to uncover its buried secrets and a legacy linking them to a secret organization known as Monarch. The series will be produced by Legendary Television and executive produced by Chris Black, who will serve as the showrunner for it. I remember them talking about this. I feel like it was after Godzilla King of the Monsters. They were just going to call it Monarch, though. But after Godzilla vs. Kong, and how successful the film was, they have definitely upped that talks. And I'm just so excited to see more stuff in this MonsterVerse. I have enjoyed every single movie. I know there are some movies that don't get praised because Godzilla's not in it a lot. Guess what? Watch the old movies and you'll understand that he doesn't have to be in it all the time. But anyways, it's just cool to see more from this MonsterVerse. And I know I thought I heard this is supposed to take place between Godzilla 2014 and King of the Monsters. I'm not sure if that's officially true, but I'm just so excited just to see Godzilla on a TV form now. Apple Plus I don't have, so I will be adding that once it gets on there. So stay tuned for more Godzilla news on this. We will definitely bring it to you because I'm expecting more news on this, actually probably in the next couple months. And moving on to our next topic, James Gunn has a second spinoff in development. As we all know, Peacemaker has been very, very successful, and I will actually have more news on that very, very shortly. But this is coming from Screen Rant. James Gunn confirms he has another The Suicide Squad spinoff in development for HBO Max. Now, in an interview from Deadline, Gunn had to say, "We're working on something else, another TV show that's connected to that universe. I can't quite say. This is really still just developing news. But if I had to guess who it probably would either be Ratcatcher or Bloodsport. Those would be my thinking, but it could be somebody else. Who knows? So stay tuned for more news on this. I'm sure we'll be getting that, but I also know that this won't be a comedy. That's why I say probably Ratcatcher. It's definitely who I'm thinking. But if it's as good as Peacemaker is, I think James Gunn, you may have another one out of the department. You've done a fantastic job with Peacemaker. So I think whatever you're developing here, man, I think it's going to be great as well. So we'll see what comes from this. And find out who that other person will be getting another show. And moving on to our next topic in the DC Peacemaker news. Peacemaker more in demand than Book of Boba Fett. Yes, you hear that right, folks. And I kind of agree with it. Because, I actually haven't really watched Book of Boba Fett. I heard what happened last week, or this week, however you want to word it with the episode. That the Mandalorian came back, which is cool to see because I love Mando. But Peacemaker, I feel like, is the better show. I mean, they're totally different things, so I can't even compare it, so let's just move it on with that. But Peacemaker is the most in-demand show in the world, even beating out Book of Boba Fett. And this is coming from Screen Rant. According to the Business Insider, Peacemaker is the biggest streaming series in the world, as it is at 69.5 times more in demand than the average series. The study was done by Parrot analysts who measure audiences' demand by taking the overall popularity of a TV series into account. The series beat out Netflix's The Witcher and Disney Plus's The Book of Boba Fett. The study also found an increase for HBO Max programming as demand grew by 39.2%. So, like I said, these are two totally different shows, even with The Witcher in there too. These are totally different shows. You can't even compare them. But I have definitely, I think Peacemaker is the better show. Even it's better than the MCU shows. I just think Peacemaker is just a fantastic show. But it's just cool to see that people have also enjoyed the show as well. But let's just, like I said, really not compare these shows because they're not even the same thing, not even in the same realm. So, like I said, but as I read to you, Peacemaker is in more demand than Book of Boba Fett. And keeping with our Peacemaker news, here's episode 4 and 5 quick thoughts, as I do not want to officially, I guess, review these episodes because I really want everyone listening to go out and just watch this show and just enjoy it without really hearing what happens in the show. Enjoy it for your first time viewing. I really think you're going to get a better experience out of it. But episode 4, The Chode Less Traveled. This is my favorite episode so far. I love this episode so much. It was so cool seeing the White Dragon costume. I don't really know anything about him. I just know he was a villain of the Suicide Squad, and he's going to become a villain here very shortly. In this, probably before the season's over. It was just that suit looks badass. But the ending was so powerful, and just really kind of gets you off guard to how emotional, driven the show can be. And the song they had playing doesn't help either with the Faster Pussycats' House of Pain. I have become a big fan of that song. I listen to it a lot. But and also how the show ends too, it gets you ready for that next one. And with the cliffhanger, that is a surprise. Like I just don't want to tell you all, but this cliffhanger just kind of just gets you just like, oh my god, I just can't wait till episode 5 comes out. And moving on to episode 5, Monkey Dory. Again, another great episode. Really, really funny at one part where Peacemaker is talking to what was the name? Economics or something like that. He was also the dude from the Suicide Squad. About excuse me, how they talk about who they could have blamed for, instead of his dad, for the fingerprints. That whole segment is hilarious, and you've got to see that segment. Like I said, this is a great episode. I love the whole warehouse scene that's in this, where the butterflies are at. That was a really cool action-packed scene, and makes you kind of feel like a zombie movie, actually. They did a great job with that. And then the ending again with this one keeps you craving more and more. Because whenever it ends, it's like, that's how they're going to end it? Like, really going to do that to me? But, yeah, so until next week, I'm so excited for this damn show. I love Peacemaker so damn much. This show is easily, right now, if I had to give it a rating, easily, to me, a 9.5 out of 10. I have been in love with this show. I think every episode has been fantastic, and definitely episode 4, it will hit you in ways you have never felt. I love how they make Peacemaker not as much of a dick. He, as everyone knows, he's my favorite character in the Suicide Squad. My girlfriend doesn't like him because he's a dick and he's just an asshole. But that was his point. But they have definitely made him understand that he doesn't have to be a dick all the time. He makes him feel the emotions and everything. So please go out there, get your HBO Max accounts, and check out Peacemaker. I think you all will love this show so much. And I can't wait to finish out these final 3 episodes that are left. So crazy, the show's almost over, and I definitely know I'll be rewatching it. So stay tuned for more Peacemaker reviews and thoughts. And it just can't wait to bring it to you, the final 3 episodes that are left, and see how exciting this series ends. And I hope they set it up for maybe a season 2, but we'll see. But that's all the news I have for you. A lot of great topics to talk to you about. Hope you all enjoyed. Maybe Dylan will be back next week. I'm not sure how he will be on the mic. But if not, it'll be just me again. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Go down to the comments and give me some of your thoughts on all what I told you about Halloween Ends and Mortal Kombat and the Batman poster. Did you like the poster? Did you like the clip? And let me know, have you enjoyed Peacemaker as well? I'd really love to know everyone's thoughts. And give us a like, a subscribe, and I will talk to you all next week.